great welcome. So after having the initial discussion, now we are moving over to the practical part. Now kindly open down your notes in case if you are having our books. And this is your question number 1.1 of data system. And data system I have already explained in the last session. And here we go. Mr. 007 of City X has a branch at City Y. So branch office is in City Y, whereas head office, we may say, is under City X. And here it is written that goods are supplied to branch at cost. And the expenses of the branch are paid from the head office. I have already told you, actually, under branch system, under data system, all the expenses of the branch are basically paid by the head office. And only a sales journal and the debtors ledger is maintained. I have already told you, actually, head office prepares a branch account and maintains a sales ledger. Sales ledger means actually the ledger of the credit customer. A ledger of the credit customer indirectly means debtors. From the following information supplied by the branch, prepare branch account and branch debtors account in the books of the head office. Now, this line is indicating that this question actually belongs to data system. Now, under data system, I have already told you how the accounting is done. First of all, we have got opening stock. Obviously, you are going to write it on the debit side of the branch account. Then we have closing stock. You are going to simply put it on the credit side of the branch account. We have credit sales. And now, as far as credit sales is concerned, you need to take care of this particular fact that this is a transaction which is taking place between the what we call branch and the branch customer. So, such transaction will not find place in the branch account straightway. Rather, you are going to put it on the debit side of the branch debtors account. Then cash sales will be written under remittances. Receipts from debtor will also be written under remittances. Then we have got in this case actually sundry debtors, and sundry debtors is equal to 9160. 9160, and goods sent from head office is equal to 30,000. So 30,000 worth of goods have been sent by the head office. You are going to put it on the what we call debit side of the branch account. And this is the point, goods in transit from head office. Goods in transit from the head office. What does it mean actually? See here, head office has sent 30,000 worth of goods. 30,000 worth of goods have been sent by head office. Here it is written. And by the end of the year, question says that there are some goods which are still in transit. In transit means still in the journey. That means these goods, 3,600 worth of goods, haven't been received by the branch. Actually, branch, how many goods branch must have received? If I have sent 30,000 worth of goods and 3,600 worth of goods are still in transit, that means branch must have received 30,000 minus 3,600. That is equal to 26,400. That means branch must have had received only 26,400 worth of goods. So ultimately we have to show through the branch account how much worth of goods must have been received by the branch. And in order to reflect 26,400, I am not going to directly write goods received 26,400. Rather, I am going to write 30,000 on the debit side of the branch account. And goods in transit will be written on the credit side so that the difference 26,400 gets reflected. Is it clear to you or not? And expenses paid by the head office. So this is the question, and you can easily manage this question of your own. I am very sure, especially if you have attempted the what we call first part. Let me have the actual question sheet with me also, so that when I will do the question, I need not require to flip through again. So I will solve this question because this is the first question. Is data system. Now you know actually under data system accounting is done in the books of the head office, and in the books of the head office we have to draw out branch account. So this is the branch account which I am going to prepare, and beside the branch account I will have to prepare the branch debtors account. So I will prepare the branch debtors account. Although entire book is given to you in a solved manner, but still I would love you to write along with me, because the more you are going to write, the better graphs you are going to have over the chapter, branch account. So in the books of the head office, you must write the title. Then after that, you write branch account and then branch debtors account. This should be your first target, branch debtors account. This is our first question, question number 1.1. I will also keep the sheet. This is the question sheet with me now, correct? So the first information is opening stock. I told you opening balance. That means the opening balances will be written over here on the debit side of the branch account. opening balance of stock. So first of all, I will write here 24,000. In the last session, I told you actually why we write the opening and closing balances of the stock in the branch account. Because somehow we want to compute the cost of the goods sold. So in order to find out cost of goods sold, we have to write opening and closing balances of the stock. Of course, the closing balances I will write over here, closing balance. On the opposite side, now I am going to write closing balance, and closing balance, that is closing stock. Closing stock is 18,000, so I will write here 18,000. Now next information is credit sales. I told you a moment ago, credit sales is written only under what we call debtors account, because this is a transaction which is taking place between the what we call head office and the branch debtors. So credit sales in this case happens to be 41,000, so you are going to write here 41,000. Besides that, we have got cash sales. Correct? I told you in the last session that here we are going to write a word known as remittances. And remittances signifies total cash collected by branch through cash sales and from debtors and sent back to head office. This is what we mean by remittances. So cash sales in this case is equal to 17,500. Cash sales is 17,500. So 17,500 I am going to write here. We need not require to post it anywhere else because we are not preparing cash account. Similarly, here the next item happens to be receipts from debtors. Receipts from debtors means cash receipt from debtors. So in this question, cash from debtors is already given to you. So cash from debtors, you have received from debtors 37,900. Now cash receipt from debtors, because it is related to debtors, it will also be written on the credit side of the debtors account, and over here you are going to write receipts from debtors 37,900. Now this transaction comes in debtors account and in branch account. The reason being is that first of all, it is a transaction taking place between branch and branch debtors. Branch debtor will send the cash to the branch, but ultimately that cash will be sent back to head office. So all the three parties are involved in this particular transaction, and that is why it is appearing both under what we call branch account and under branch debtors. Now the next point is closing debtors. Closing debtors will find place first of all in debtors account. I will write here closing balance 9160. And as you know, closing balance are also written over here. So closing debtors, I will write here 9160. And why we write opening and closing balances of debtor in the branch account? Reason being is that we want to bring into branch account somehow the amount of credit sales. 9160. Now the next point is goods sent from head office. As I told you a moment ago that in the current year we have sent 30,000 worth of goods. And after that it is written goods in transit. And goods in transit means out of 30,000, 3,600 worth of goods are still in the journey. They haven't yet been received by the branch. So you will have to reduce this amount of 30,000, and in order to reduce it, I will write on the opposite side goods in transit. So in case if in the question there are goods in transit, you are going to put it on the opposite side, 3,600. Then expenses paid by head office for branch. Indirectly it means head office has sent cash for expenses. Indirectly it means. So expenses are worth rupees 10,400. It is of paramount importance. It is of paramount importance that before you close the what we call branch account, you need to take care that all the three items related to branch are there in the branch account. For example, in this case, I may say cash receipt from debtors is there, closing debtors is there, but opening debtors are not there. So I will have to find out the what we call balancing figure of opening debtors, and I can derive it out by preparing the debtors account. So in the debtors account this time, as you can see, we are getting what we call opening balance over here, or the balancing figure over here, and it will be referred to as opening balance. Now opening balance brought down, it will be our balancing figure of debtors, and it will be equal to 6060. So this will be your opening balance, and now you are going to write here opening debtors, and now you are going to tally it out. So opening debtors is equal to 6060, and now you will have to tally your this particular account to get your net profit. Is it clear to you or not? So now we may say that our net profit is equal to this much. Has anyone among you computed this one? Net profit, what is the net profit? Kindly let me know. 15,700. So somebody told me 15,700. So 15,700 will be your net profit. Is it clear to you? Nothing tough in it. I hope that it must have strengthened your understanding of the previous session. Now, next one. We move over to 1.2. Let's see what is given under 1.2. Under 1.2, it is given to you that from the following details, prepare a branch account in the books of the head office. Show your working clearly. Now here it is written goods sent to branch at cost. I need not require to tell you where I am going to put it. I am going to put it on the debit side of the branch account. Goods returned by branch at cost. So goods costing 3,000 have been returned. I am going to actually put it on the credit side of branch account. Branch credit sales. Now I am tired of telling you actually that credit sales will find place only on the debit side of the branch debtors. Cash sales under remittances. Now in this column here you have seen written cash remitted to the head office by the branch. Now total cash remitted by branch to head office has been given in the question. And we know that remittances comprises of two parts. One, cash sales. It comprises of cash sales. And cash sales is given to you as 2,500. And total remittances is equal to 45,000. So that means your cash from debtors must be equal to 42,500. So in this question, you can derive cash receipt from debtors 42,500. You will not write 45,000 directly. Rather, you will write under remittances cash sales 2,500 and cash receipt from debtors 42,500. Is it clear to you or not? Now, in this particular question, discount allowed to customer by branch. I told you a moment ago, in fact, in the first session, even though all the major decisions are in the hands of the head office, but some leeway, some freedom is given to the branch. For example, branch is given the what we call, you can say, authority that in order to increase the sales, branch may actually give some discount to the debtors. So discount is considered as a transaction between the branch and branch debtors. So that is the reason actually, in case if there will be any discount in the question, it will find place only under debtors account. Now closing stock with branch at cost is given 17,000 and branch debtors closing balance is also given in this particular case. Honestly speaking, it is not a very tough question. These are initial questions just to open down the chapters in a manner so that your foundation gets extremely strong. And that is the reason. Now I am doing this particular question. In the initial stages, I will do lots of questions for you. 1.2 is the next question. Of course, books of head office will be your title. Make a habit of writing the title. I have seen through my experience actually student fraternity seldom pay attention towards these finer points. Now first of all, I am going to write here branch stock account. Sorry, branch account, not branch stock account. Branch account. So this is my branch account and I think this much of space it will consume. And this is enough, I think. And then I am going to prepare branch debtors account. Is it clear to you? Branch debtors account. So this is my branch debtors. Branch debtors account. And this is branch account. Is it clear? So if we start, as far as second question is concerned, the first information given to us is goods sent to branch. So as far as opening balances are concerned in this question, so far, opening balances are not given to us. Goods sent to branch at cost is given. So I will write here goods sent to branch. 50,000 worth of goods have been sent by head office to branch. And then it is written goods sent to branch. Out of that actually 3,000 worth of goods have been returned. So quite obviously on the opposite side I will write here goods sent to branch. You will write here goods sent to branch, but you can denote it by R. It means these goods have been returned. 3,000 worth of goods have been returned. Then branch credit sales 51,000. Branch credit sales. Credit sales find place on the debit side of the branch debtors account. So you are going to put them over here. That is equal to 51,000. Then we have cash sales to the extent of 2,500. First of all, I need to write here remittances. Remittances. And remittances cash sales is equal to 2,500. Cash sales is 2,500. And because total amount of remittances is already given to us as 45,000, so we have figured it out that our cash from debtors must be equal to 42,500. Cash from debtors must be 42,500. Isn't it or not? Cash receipt from debtors must be 42,500. And you must not forget to put cash receipt from debtors on the credit side of the debtors account also. So you here in the debtors account, you simply write by cash receipt from debtors. 42,500 worth of cash you have received from the debtors. Then in this case, you are being given expenses. Expenses paid by head office. It means actually head office has sent a cash to the branch and branch must have paid the amount for cash for expenses. So here I am going to write to cash expenses. That is equal to 10,000. Then we are being given discount allowed to customers. So I have just told you discount, bad debts, sales return. All these transactions are considered as transactions taking place between the branch and branch debtors. So that is why they are put in the debtors account, and when we are going to give discount to the debtors balance will decrease, and that's the reason actually why we are supposed to put them on the credit side. Closing stock now is given to us. So first of all, I will write here balances, closing balances carried down. On the credit side of branch account, I will write here closing stock. An amount of closing stock is 17,000. And then we have in this case branch debtors balance. Closing balance of debtors is also given to us. Closing balance of debtors is equal to 7,700. 7,700. Because we are preparing debtors account, so closing balance of debtors will also be written here, 7,700. Is it clear to you or not? Obviously, now I am going to tally it out. When I am going to tally it out, it will be equal to 52 minus 51, so 1,000 will be balancing figure. I need not require to tell you what will be this opening balance. What will be this balancing figure? This will be opening balance of debtors. Now, opening balance of debtor, obviously now you will write over here opening balance of debtors. Opening balance of debtors is equal to 1,000. In this question, opening balance of stock is not given, but you need not require to stretch your mind unnecessarily to figure it out. We are not concerned with that. However, we are more concerned with debtors. Is it clear to you? So now we are going to tally it out to find out our net profit. So our net profit will be 11,700, I think so. So 11,700, you write here, 11,700. So this is how you are supposed to do this particular question. Is it clear to you? After having done this question, now kindly pay attention towards this one, 1.3. And in 1.3, it is written, Messrs. V and Company has a small branch at Timbuktu. Now it's a name, very amusing name. Messrs. V and Company has a small branch at Timbuktu, and you are required to prepare Timbuktu branch account in the books of head office for calculating profits made at the said branch with the help of the following information. So here we are being given stock at cost in the beginning is equal to 4,000. Furniture in the beginning is 2,000. Now in this particular question, we are being given opening balance of stock, and besides that we are being given opening balance of furniture also. Goods sent to branch at cost is equal to 60,000 and cash sales made by the branch is equal to 90,000. Is it clear to you? Now here it is written furniture purchased by the branch on permission from head office, 1,200. Furniture purchased by branch. If in the question you are given such information that an asset is purchased, in this case furniture, an asset purchased by branch, branch office on permission from head office. That means they have taken a permission from head office and they have purchased a furniture on permission from head office. No doubt here branch has spent the amount to purchase the what we call asset, in this case furniture, but they have taken the permission from the head office that we are in need of a furniture. So head office might have told them, okay, you simply what we call purchase the asset. But indirectly it also means that logically, because head office should have had sent the cash for this particular asset, actually it is the responsibility of the head office to purchase this asset for the branch. But here the branch is purchasing out of their own pocket this particular asset by taking the permission from the head office. So indirectly what will happen now, later on when I am going to write remittances, correct? Remittances, I have already told you, remittances means total cash collected by branch. Total cash collected by branch through cash sales and cash receipt from debtors and sent back to head office. So remittances basically reflects the amount of cash which will be sent by what we call branch to head office. Now what branch will do, from this remittances it will subtract the what we call this amount of asset purchased. Why branch is going to subtract it amount of what we call asset purchase? The reason being is that because this was the amount which branch has spent out of their own pocket. Indirectly branch is supposed to receive now this much of amount from the head office, and this much of amount branch is supposed to actually send to the head office. So what branch is going to do, it will simply what we call deduct this amount from the remittances. Is it clear to you or not? This will be the first treatment. Obviously, because branch has purchased an asset. Now when branch is going to purchase the asset, later on when we are going to write the closing balance, for example in this case their furniture is already there and we have purchased furniture. Now our closing balance of furniture will increase by what we call this amount of purchase of furniture. Is it clear to you? Now closing balance of stock is also given at the end is 3,500. And then expenses paid by head office. Whenever it is given expenses paid by head office, indirectly it means head office sends the cash to branch and branch ultimately pays the cash. So 5,300. Also it is given here, it was required to write off furniture. It was required to write off furniture at 10% per annum. However, no depreciation is necessary for the purchases made during the year. So we will give the depreciation, no doubt about that, but problem is that no depreciation is needed on the furniture purchased during the year. So this is your question number 1.3, I think so. So 1.3 now we pick up 1.3, books of head office. So I'm going to write here books of head office, books of head office. Under the books of head office, obviously, I will have to prepare the branch account, so I am going to write here branch account. Now, in this question, I am not going to prepare branch debtors account. Some of you may wonder actually why. The reason being is that in this particular question, neither opening balance of debtors, neither what we call closing balance of debtors is given. So, if ever in the question opening balance of debtor or closing balance of debtors is not available, you always imply that this branch is not incurring any credit sales or any credit transaction. So you need not require to prepare what we call debtors account. So branch account. So we will prepare the branch account now. And when I am going to prepare the branch account, in this case, the first information is opening stock. So first I write here opening balances. And under the opening balances, I am going to write stock. Amount of stock in the beginning given to us is actually 4,000. So I am going to write here 4,000. Correct? Then we are being given furniture. I am writing in short form this in this manner, F/F. So amount of furniture in the beginning is already there, 2,000. Then we are being given cash sales. So I am going to write it under remittances. So remittances, cash sales. Amount of cash sales which is given to us is 90,000. cash sales is 90,000. Now, in this particular question, there cannot be cash receipt from debtors. There cannot be cash from debtors because there are no credit transactions. Are you getting my point or not? How I found out actually there cannot be any credit transaction, because in this question opening closing balances are not given. So, no question of cash receipt from debtors. Prior to this, there is another transaction, goods sent. So, goods sent to branch is actually 60,000. And afterwards, it is written cash sales. So cash sales 90,000, and your total remittances logically is equal to 90,000. But here in this particular case, one furniture has been purchased by branch by taking permission from the head office. As I told you, now branch will subtract this amount, correct? Amount of furniture from the remittances. Amount of furniture purchased, because this was the expense which was supposed to be incurred by the head office, but branch has incurred this expense, so branch will recover it, and it will recover simply by subtracting this amount from the remittances. So an amount of furniture given to you is 1,200. So now branch will remit 88,800 only. Correct? This is the first what we call adjustment with respect to asset purchased by branch. And I told you, it will also have some other repercussion. When we are going to write the closing balances, under the closing balances, when I will write the balance of furniture, the balance of furniture in the beginning was 2,000. And now, because of this purchase, the balance will increase, plus purchases. So purchases is equal to 1,200. Now total furniture is 3,200. But it is also stated in the question that we are supposed to depreciate furniture. We are supposed to depreciate furniture by 10%. Actually, I would have had given depreciation of 3,200 into 10%, but it is stated in the question that no depreciation is needed on the purchases made during the year. So that is the reason depreciation at the rate of 10% I will apply only on opening balance. So 200 depreciation I will write, and closing balance will be written over here. 3,200 minus 200, that is equal to 3,000. So you must also pay attention to the fact, because in this method, head office with respect to branch prepares only the branch account and the branch debtors account. No other account, no other real account, nominal account is being prepared. So indirectly it also means we are not preparing furniture account. So I cannot write depreciation directly here. In order to bring the depreciation over here, what we are doing actually, we are simply writing the opening balance here and closing balance over here. Is it clear to you or not? So our total furniture is 3,200 minus 200. So we may say 3,000 is the closing balance. So 200 depreciation will be reflected indirectly. Is it clear to you? So many people actually think why we do not write depreciation directly. Reason being is that we are not preparing here, as I told you, any other account besides the debtors account. No other real account, nominal account is being prepared. If I am going to write depreciation directly on the debit side, quite obviously, where from or from which account the posting has been done, the question is this, because we haven't prepared the furniture account. So this is how you will have to show the depreciation treatment. Is it clear to you? Another point in this question is question number after this is closing stock. Now closing stock is actually 3,500. So you are going to write 3,500 as closing stock. And expenses. Expenses paid by head office means head office must have sent cash to meet the expenses to the extent of 5,300. So this is how you are going to do this particular question. In this particular question, there was no balance, no opening balance of debtors, no opening balance of what we call no closing balance of debtors. So it is implied that no credit transactions are being what we call carried out by branch. So now you should be in a position to find out the profit. In this particular case, your net profit will be equal to 24,000. Your net profit will be equal to 24,000. Is it clear to you or not? Clear? Okay, then fine. So now we are going to do question number 1.4. Just have a look over this particular question, and this question happens to be pretty stronger than the one so far what we have done. So here it is written that from the following particulars, prepare branch account showing the profit or loss of the branch, correct? So here opening stock, as you can see written over here, is 30,000, opening stock at branch. And then goods sent to branch this time is equal to 90,000, and besides that here it is written sales, all sales are on cash, correct? And further here it is written expenses, there are two expenses, salary and other expenses, that is 10,000 and 4,000. Now if you have paid attention in this particular question, you must have noticed actually here there are no opening daters or closing daters. If ever you come across a question wherein opening daters and closing daters are not given, you always presume that this particular branch is not doing any credit transactions. Is it clear to you? That means under such situations, you need not require to prepare what we call branch daters account. Now here it is written closing stock could not be found out, could not be ascertained, but it is known that branch usually sells at cost plus 20%. Now in this question it is written that closing stock could not be found out. That means now it is your bounded duty to find out the closing stock. And some hint is also given that branch sells the goods at cost plus 20%. What does it mean and how we are going to use this hint to find out the closing stock, I will let you know. Further here it is also written that branch manager is entitled to a commission of 5% of the profits of the branch before charging such commission. So before charging such commission, whatever profits will be there, we will have to actually give 5% of those profit as commission to the branch manager. So this is the question in this particular case. So basically in this particular question, you are supposed to determine the closing stock which is available with the branch. Is it clear to you? So how we are going to find out? For that I will have to prepare the branch account, no doubt about that. This is your question number 1.4, and in this particular question, first of all, I write here in the books of head office. So in the books of head office, I will write here in the books of head office. In the books of head office. Now in the books of the head office, I will have to prepare the branch account, as we know under data system. So branch account. This is your branch account. However, in this particular question, I need not require to prepare branch daters account, as I told you, because in this particular question, opening and closing daters are not given. And whenever opening and closing daters are not given in the question, under such questions, you need not require to prepare branch daters account. So basic crux of this particular question is we have to find out the what we call branch manager's commission and also the closing stock. I will keep the sheet in front of me also so that I need not require to flip through here and there. So the first information is opening stock at branch. Obviously, first of all, I am going to write here opening balances. Opening balance. Then I am going to write here opening stock. As you know, opening stock happens to be 30,000. So I am going to write here 30,000. And then we are being given goods sent to branch account. So I am going to write goods sent to branch account, that is equal to 90,000. So 90,000 worth of goods have been sent to branch. Now we are being given sales, and all sales are on cash. That means it is cash sales given to us. And we know actually where we are supposed to write actually the amount of cash sales. So remittances, first of all, I am going to write on the credit side of the branch account. Under it, I am going to write here cash sales. And cash sales in this particular case is 1,20,000. In this question, cash received from debtors cannot be there because branch is not doing any credit transaction. So cash received from debtors will be nil, isn't it or not? So total amount of remittances will be equal to 1,20,000. Then we are being given some expenses. There are two expenses, salaries and other expenses. First of all, I need to write here to cash because head office will send cash to branch to meet these expenses. Salaries in this case happens to be 10,000. So I will write here 10,000, number one. Number two, I am going to write then other expenses. An amount of other expense in this case happens to be 4,000. Now, I will have to write here balance carried down. Balance carried down. Under balance carried down, I will have to write here stock. and I will have to determine the stock. That means I will have to put up a working note. Is it clear to you? So how we are going to determine the closing stock? First of all, let me make it absolutely clear. So determination of closing stock with the branch, this is your working. Now in this particular question, before we start the working, it is given to us that branch usually sells at cost plus 20%. At cost plus 20%. What does it mean? First of all, you write here cost, you write here plus profit. As we know, cost plus profit is always equal to selling price. Because in this question it is given that branch sells at cost plus 20%. That means the rate of profit 20% is given on cost. So you will presume cost as 100. You will presume cost as 100. And now if cost is 100, branch will sell the goods at 20% more than the cost price, because it is written very clearly that branch sells at cost plus 20%. So if your cost happens to be actually 100, the branch will sell their goods at 120. Cost is 100, 20% is the what we call profit margin. So 100 plus 20 will be equal to 120. Once you have filled up this particular equation, now what you do actually, you write the profit in the numerator, and in the denominator you write selling price. In the denominator you write selling price. 20 by 120, that is 1 by 6. What does it mean? In the denominator we have written selling price. It means if selling price is 6, that means profit is equal to 1. This rate, it is in accounting language, we call it rate of profit on selling price. And this rate means actually if your selling price is 6, we are earning a profit of rupees 1. Is it clear to you or not? So first of all, you need to understand the replication of this particular rate or this particular sentence. Cost plus 20%. Once you have figured it out, actually, what is your rate of profit on selling price? Now the next point is in this particular question, we are being given that our total sales is equal to 1,20,000. Is it clear to you? Our total sales is given to us. Of course, all the sales are on cash basis, no doubt about that. Total sales amount is equal to 1,20,000. If my total sales is 1,20,000, and if I am going to multiply it with this rate 1 by 6, what I will get? I will get that this sale amount of 1,20,000 includes a profit of 20,000. I've already told you, if 6 is your sales, then rupee 1 is your profit. And if your sale amount is 1,20,000, what is the amount of profit? 1,20,000 into 1 divided by 6, that is exactly what we have done. So my point here is that by applying this particular rate, now you have figured out actually what exactly is the amount of profit which is included in the sale amount. When you will deduct this amount, 1 by 6 of 1,20,000, that is 20,000, we may say that cost of the goods sold is actually equal to 1 lakh. This 1 lakh will be your cost of goods sold. So we can also say that branch has sold out goods costing 1 lakh at a price of 1,20,000. It can be now inferred and concluded this way round that branch has sold out goods costing 1 lakh at a selling price of 1 lakh. Is it clear to you? This is your cost of goods sold. Now you have determined the cost of goods sold. Is it clear to you? Now in this particular question, we want to compute the closing stock. And in order to compute the closing stock, what you will have to do, first of all, you need to write here the total opening stock available with the branch, which is 30,000 in this particular question. So branch is already having 30,000 worth of goods. And we sent in the current year goods sent to branch. Goods sent to branch is 90,000. It is given in the question that head office has sent 90,000 worth of goods. So that means total cost of the goods which is available with the branch is 1,20,000. We may say this is cost of the goods which is available with the branch for sale. Cost of goods. This is cost of goods. That means goods costing 1,20,000 are at the disposal of the branch for sale. Cost of goods available for sale. Available for sale. Now, out of 1,20,000 worth of goods which were available with the branch, we sold out 1 lakh worth of goods. So, less cost of the goods sold. Less cost of the goods sold. Cost of the goods sold in this particular case, now you can see, is actually 1 lakh. Is 1 lakh. So, now we may say that out of 1,20,000 total goods which were available with the branch, 1 lakh worth of goods have been sold out. That's a different matter, that branch sold it out for 1,20,000. But importantly, what we have figured out now we have been successful in finding out the closing stock which is available with the branch. Out of 1,20,000 worth of goods which were available with the branch, 1 lakh worth of goods have been sold out. So we may say that closing stock available with the branch is equal to 20,000. So in this question, you were supposed to find out the closing stock. Now the closing stock amount is actually 20,000. Is it clear to you or not? Now the next point is, total is equal to 1,40,000. From 1,20,000, if I am going to subtract 1,20,000, 1,30,000, 1,34,000, if I am going to subtract, at this particular moment, I may say that my net profit is 6,000. At this moment, we may say our net profit is 6,000. But in this particular question, it is also written that you are supposed to pay 5% commission to the branch manager. So you are going to write here branch manager's commission. Branch manager's commission. So branch manager's commission will be equal to 6,000 is the profit before commission, and in this question it is clearly written that branch manager is to be given 5% commission of the profits which are before his commission. So net profit before commission is 6,000. I will simply compute 5% of 6,000, which comes to, I think, 300. So in this case, branch manager's commission will be equal to 300, and our net profit will be equal to, now this net profit is after commission. Net profit after commission will be equal to 5,700. So this is how you are going to do this particular question. Is it clear to you or not? So after having done this particular question, let's move over to the next one. Now what is given in the next one? Let's have a look over here. Now in the next one, past examination question, once again here it is given a company with head office at city X has a branch at city Z, and the branch receives all the goods from head office, who remits cash for all the expenses. Obviously, I have already told you, under dependent branches and especially under data system, all the goods will have to be sent by head office, and head office will remit the cash to the branch to meet the expenses. Now total sales by the branch for the year amounted to 6,50,000. Now in this question it is given that total sales of the branch is equal to 6,50,000, and out of which 75% is on credit. Now so far in this particular question we have been given that total sales of the branch is equal to 6,50,000. Correct? And out of which it is also given 75% is on credit, and it is also given 25% is on cash. Now if suppose I am going to compute 75% of 6,50,000, which will be equal to 4,87,500. That means credit sale is equal to 4,87,500. And if I am going to compute 25% of 6,50,000, it will be equal to 25%. It will be equal to 1,62,500. So you are already given in this particular question total sales incurred by the branch. In this particular question, it is given that total sales is equal to what we call 4,87,500. Total sales is 6,50,000, out of which 75%, 4,87,500 is your what we call credit sales, and your cash sales happens to be 1,62,500. Is it clear to you or not? Further, in this particular question, it is also given that opening stock. Now, opening stock is 4,000, and then closing stock is also given. I need not require to tell you where you are supposed to actually write these items. Then opening debtors are there, closing debtors are also there. Simple so far. Now, first time we are facing this word petty expenses in the beginning. Try to understand. I told you in the beginning, all the branch expenses, whatever expenses of the branch are there, like wages and salaries, like what we call advertisement expenses, like insurance expenses, whatever major expenses of the branch are there, for that, head office generally sends the cash. That means these expenses are indirectly met by the head office. Now presume for a while that head office which is in city X and head office is in city X, right? And branch is in city Z, correct? Branch is located at a different region. Now let us say a client comes to the branch office and we want to entertain that particular client, correct? Through tea, through snacks, through cold drinks, etc. Now, quite obviously, when we will have to entertain that particular client, correct, with all the formalities, we cannot simply put up a call to the head office that kindly send us rupees 50, rupees 60, because we have to actually entertain this particular client. It is not possible. So the general policy which is adopted by the head office is that in order to meet expenses of a smaller nature, known as petty expenses, correct, like stamp expenses, like tea or snacks expenses, because every time we cannot send the cash to the branch office. So general policy which is adopted by the head office is that they generally keep some cash with the branch. That is known as petty cash. And this cash is generally kept by the branch so that they can meet the what we call expenses of smaller nature. Is it clear to you? So petty cash in the beginning. Remember one thing, petty cash is a real account. And I've already told you under what we call debtor system, head office with respect to branch is preparing only the branch account and the debtors account. We are not preparing any other real account or nominal account. It's a real account, but we are not going to prepare it separately. Correct? So petty cash in the beginning with the branch is there. Of course, it is in the beginning given. So when we will write opening balances, later on, I will have to write it on the debit side of the branch account, no doubt about that. What else is given in the question? Petty cash sent by head office. So branch manager is already having some petty cash and some more petty cash has been sent by head office to the branch. Petty cash is spent. Now branch manager is having 250 already, 3,000 more in the current year head office has sent as petty cash. So total petty cash available with the branch is 250 plus 3,000, 3,250. And out of that, branch manager has spent what we call 2,500. So what will be the treatment of all these three items? I will let you know in a short while. Further, it is written expenses actually spent by branch. Expenses actually spent by branch, indirectly it means head office has sent 45,000 worth of cash to head office, and through that branch must have met these expenses because it is clearly written that head office remits cash for the branch expenses. So branch expenses are 45,000. For that, cash will be remitted by head office to the branch office. Is it clear to you? And all sales are made by the branch at cost plus 25%. Similar to the last question, here in this particular question, it is stated, whatever sales branch incurs those sales at a margin of 25% on cost. Now, in this particular question, it is written you are required to prepare City Z branch account in the books of head office for the year ended 31st of 3, 2022. And we are supposed to prepare here, as I told you, branch account. So in this particular question, 2-3 points are quite vital. Let's have a look over here. What are those vital points? This is your question number 1.5. Let me keep the sheet. Where is 1.5? This is 1.5 or which question? Let me just have a look over here whether I'm having the sheet or not. 1.5. This is 1.4. This is 1.7. Where is 1.5? 1.5 it seems is not here with me. Just let me check it up. Sometimes sheets actually get intermingled. Otherwise it will consume unnecessary time. Lots of sheets are lying here. So far I haven't been able to trace out. It seems that sheet has been... No, I am not having the sheet. So this is problem. Anyway, I will have to then look from here itself. So, okay, I will prepare it somehow for you. So here I am going to write first of all, in the books of head office, in the books of head office. In the books of head office. First of all, I will write here in the books of head office. Is it clear to you? Now, in the books of head office, quite obviously, we are supposed to prepare the branch account. So I am going to prepare the branch account over here in this manner. Branch account. You must have noticed even in this particular question, actually opening and closing dates are there. So we will have to prepare the dates account, no doubt about that. So this is my branch account, correct? This is my branch account. And also I will have to prepare branch dates account. I will have to prepare branch dates account, correct? Branch dates account. And this is your branch account. The first information which we are being given to us is actually opening stock. So first of all, I am going to write here balance brought down. Under the balance brought down, I will have to write opening stock. Now, opening stock given to us is equal to 4,000. So I am going to simply write here 4,000. Then we are being given actually closing stock. So I will write here balance carried down on the opposite side, and over here I am going to write closing stock. Amount of closing stock which is given to us is 30,000. So I am going to write here 30,000. Correct? Well, after that, it is given opening dates. As you know, opening dates will be written first of all under the balance brought down. Now, opening dates here 45,000 are given to us. Besides that, we are also being given closing dates. And amount of closing dates I will write over here. Amount of closing dates is 30,000. So I am going to write here 30,000. Closing dates is 30,000. And because we are preparing dates account, so I will have to write here opening balance. Now, opening balance of the data was 45. So I will have to write here 45,000. And besides that, I will have to write balance carried down, and balance carried down happens to be your 30,000 as far as debtors are concerned. This is the information. Then in this question, we are also being given petty cash in the beginning. I have already told you petty cash is generally a general policy which is adopted by the head office is to keep some cash with the branch so that branch can meet some routine nature expenses. Correct? So petty expenses, first of all, opening balance, I am going to write here petty cash, that is equal to 250. Also, it is given in the question that head office in the current year has sent some more petty cash. So we will write here to cash, and in bracket I will write petty cash. That means some more petty cash has been sent by head office in the current year. So I will write here 3,000. Now here this line which is given, petty cash is spent is equal to 2,500. So branch manager has spent actually 2,500 in this case. Actually it's an expense. But problem is that, as I talked just sometime, actually there is internet lag. Now it's okay. So I was talking about this particular fact that branch manager is already having 250 worth of petty cash, and in the current year some more petty cash has been sent by head office to the branch. Now this line is given to us that branch manager is having branch manager has spent actually 2,500 worth of petty cash. It's an expense, no doubt about that. But we cannot reflect petty cash in the branch account directly. Reason being is that we are not preparing separately petty cash account. If I will write here petty expenses, then quite obviously from where this particular item has been put over here, because we are not preparing petty cash account. So in order to reflect the petty expenses, what we are supposed to do, see here, when I will write the closing balance of petty cash, first of all, I am going to write here opening balance. Now, opening balance of petty cash is 250 without any doubt. And in the current year, we have sent 3,000 worth of petty cash. So that means total petty cash available with the branch is equal to 3,250. Now, I will write here spent. Spent means petty cash expenses. Out of 3,250, branch manager has spent 2,500. It is given in the question. So 2,500 I am going to subtract. When I will subtract 2,500, I will be left off with 750. Now kindly pay attention. We have written 2,500 on the debit side. We have written 3,000 on the debit side. 3,250. And here we have written closing balance on the credit side, 750. The difference of 3,250 and 750 is nothing but petty expenses. So in order to bring the petty expenses into this particular account, this is the methodology which we are supposed to adopt. We cannot reflect petty expenses straight away. Is it clear to you or not? Also, it is given that branch actually spent 45,000. So whatever expenses with respect to expenses of the branch are there, for that head office sends cash. So we are going to write here to cash, and here I am going to write branch expenses. That is equal to 45,000. 45,000. Now, in the initial stage, it was given that total sales of the branch is equal to 6,50,000. So first of all, I am going to write here remittances. Under the remittances, I am going to first of all write cash sales. Now, amount of cash sales, as I told you, 25% of the sale is cash sales. So I will write here 1,62,500. This is my cash sales. Then 75% are credit sale, 4,87,500, and credit sales will be written over here. Credit sales, 4,87,500. 4,87,500 is your credit sales. As you know, credit sales is written on the debit side of the branch account. Is it clear to you? This is a scenario of this particular question. Now, you must have noticed that in this particular question, we are not being given goods sent to branch account. We have gone through the entire question, but goods sent to branch is not given. Correct? So, in order to determine the cost of the goods which we have sent, because generally head office sends goods to the branch at cost price only. So, what is the cost price of the goods which we must have sent to branch in the current year? We have to extract it out. And in order to extract it out, what we are supposed to do, actually, kindly pay attention here. See here, first of all, I will write here determination of goods sent to branch account. Determination of goods sent to branch account. How to determine that? In order to determine the same, first of all, here I am going to write total sales. Total sales. We have already seen as far as total sales are concerned in this particular question. Total sales, correct? We saw that total sales is equal to 6,50,000. Total sales is equal to 6,50,000. So I am going to write here 6,50,000. Now, in this particular question, actually, before that, let me actually just clarify the point with respect to what we call rates. In this case, your cost price is 100, and it is given to us that branch sells the goods at a margin of 25% on cost. Cost plus 25%, indirectly it means whatever is cost, by adding 25% to it, branch sells the goods. So if cost is 100, we may say that profit is equal to 25. So indirectly it means branch is going to sell the goods at a price of 125. Now, similar to the last question, what you do, now you keep the profit in the numerator, and in the denominator you write selling price. By doing so, you have calculated rate of profit on selling price. Is it clear to you? Rate of profit on selling price is 1/5. Now you write the amount of sales. As we saw, our total sales is equal to 6,50,000. 6,50,000 is my total sales amount. Total sales amount is 6,50,000. Is it clear to you or not? And from the sales, now I will have to subtract the profit margin. Now, what is the amount of profit which is included in 6,50,000? I will have to compute 1/5 of that. Correct? When I will compute 1/5 of this amount, 6,50,000 divided by 5, that comes to 1,30,000. By subtracting 1,30,000, now I may say that total cost of the sales, this is cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold means this much of goods costing have been sold by the branch. Cost of goods sold will be your 5,20,000. So we may say that whatever goods which we sent and whatever goods which were already available with the branch in the beginning, out of those goods, branch must have sold out 5,20,000 worth of goods. Of course, at a price of 6,50,000 they have sold out. Now, once we have determined this, we can prepare here a branch stock account, because in this particular question, goods sent to branch is not given. If goods sent to branch is not given, I will have to prepare in my working note a branch stock account, and you will write here at cost. This account will be prepared at cost. How we are going to prepare this particular account? First of all, here I am going to write opening stock. The opening stock which is available with the branch, is equal to 4,000 and closing stock available is 30,000. So opening stock is 4,000 and closing stock is available to the extent of 30,000, correct? Closing stock is 30,000. Generally, under branch stock account, we write goods sent to branch account over here. But this figure is not available with me. And out of, see, opening stock with the branch is this much. I do not know at this particular moment the amount of goods sent by us. But whatever goods which were available with the branch, out of those goods, branch have sold out 5,20,000 worth of goods. So sales, here I am writing sales, but it means cost of sales. So goods costing 5,20,000 have been sold by branch. Branch has sold them out at a price of 6,50,000. That's a different matter. But the cost of the goods sold out is 5,20,000. Now this balancing figure will be goods sent to branch account. 5,50,000 minus 4,000, 5,46,000 will be mine goods sent to branch account. This is how I will have to find out goods sent to branch account. Is it clear to you or not? This is the balancing figure. 5,46,000. Is it clear to you or not? Right, sir. Absolutely clear. So 5,46,000 in this case will be your goods sent to branch account. It's a pretty interesting question. Goods sent to branch account is 5,46,000. This is one part of the game. You have been successful now in finding out what we call goods sent to branch account. Now I will balance. Before tallying branch account, we need to tally the branch debtors account. When I will tally the branch debtors account, opening debtors are 45,000 plus 4,87,500 and minus 30,000. The balancing figure will be cash receipt from debtors. Cash receipt from debtors. This will be my balancing figure, and it is coming to 5,02,500. So 5,02,500 will be your cash receipt from debtors. Is it clear to you? Now cash receipt from debtors we need to write under remittances. So I will write here cash from debtors. Is it clear to you or not? So cash receipt from debtors is equal to 5,02,500. So this is how you are supposed to do this particular question, and it's a pretty interesting question, I told you. Is it clear to you or not? So actually I have already solved this particular question, and you need not require to write, but I just wanted to make you understand better. Anyone among you have computed the net profit? Net profit according to the solution is 82,500, but kindly check it also. Must make a habit of checking the answers. 82,500 I didn't calculate, but you need to write it over here. Is it clear to you? 82,500. It's a pretty strong question, no doubt about that. Now, after having done this much, in the next part, when we are going to pick up, In the next part, we are going to talk about invoicing, and it's a pretty interesting. And once you will become thorough with invoicing, you almost half the battle is already won. Correct? Once you are able to understand thoroughly the topic of invoicing, indirectly it means, although it's a pretty long and formidable chapter, but it also means that you will have won the battle. Of course, we need to win the war also. Anyway, so shall meet you on such count in the next session. So till then, time to say goodbye.